Here we go, history in the making. Hello everybody, welcome along to the inaugural campaign of Formula A racing. 16 rounds stand before our 22 contenders and their respective teams, all with one aim, to be world champions at the end of the season. We arrive here at the Red Bull Ring in the Styrian Hills of Austria for the first round of the season, and it promises to be an incredibly close race for us fans here today. Let's take a look at the track then without any further ado. Located in Spielberg, this circuit is one of the shortest we'll visit on this season's calendar, as our drivers are faced with multiple altitude changes over the 4.3 km course. They face 12 laps ahead of them today in an attempt to win the season opener, but we aren't expecting any of them to break the Formula 1 lap record of 1 minute and 6 seconds. Formula 1 has provided the Austrian Grand Prix with many memorable moments in recent years, such as Max Verstappen's late pass to Leo and Charles Leclerc in 2019, and Lewis Hamilton colliding with Alex Albon in 2020, putting both cars out of contention. Let's hope he can create a memory for us today. Take a look at the starting grid then for this race. So going down to row 1, Sophie Sevilla starts on pole today for Abbey Grand Prix. Milton Verve starts alongside her, with their respective teammates Chloe Thomas and Alexia Pernay behind them. Half a second separate the top 4 drivers alone. There's the first cars on row 2, Sergio Arbeloa and Pascal Becker, then Arab driver Mohamed Al Hadre and Oscar Diaz starting 7th and 8th for Dalton Moore Racing and XCT Racing respectively. Talented Italian driver Luca Gatto starts 9th for the Jaguar team, with British rookie Joe Daly rolling off for his debut in the top 10. It's the other XCT of Eduardo Melo and Mick Wallana for Axel 76 on row 6. American newcomer Scott Price enters international competition for the first time. He starts on the inside of row 7 with Brazilian Lucas Favorani alongside. And it's Abbey Young driver graduate Nathan Dignon on row 8 just ahead of Max Schmidt for Ruiz Motorsport. Liam Turton makes his first start in top level racing starting in 17th with veteran driver Luigi Marchetta outperforming his own car for later in entries Morimoto. Bruno Cabral and William Evans start behind him on row 10, and finally on row 11 we have Polish driver Eric Turner and Japanese rookie Riku Tanaka running off last on the run towards the first corner. We're all set up, so let's go down to the grid for the start. Here we go then, history in the making here at the Red Bull Ring as we get underway for the first time in Formula A. Sophie Sevilla and Milton Verve on the front row, all coming down to 5 red lights for the first season of Formula A racing. The lights go out and we are underway, and it's the best start for Milton Verve on the outside, so he'll go quickly jump into the lead, provided that Sophie Sevilla doesn't get them on the inside. Verve is there around the outside. Mick Wallana trying to push his way into the top 10, past Joe Daly here on the start, but it's Verve who's pulled away at the first available opportunity, and Sophie Sevilla is now battling Alexia Pernay for that second spot. She's dropped 2 places on the start just like that. She's still on the inside, so could get second place back. Nope, the French driver around the outside and she'll take second place. But wow, what a start from Milton Verve. He's second on the grid. He pulls away to the early lead, and just what a great start for him. He's pulled out 1.1 seconds on teammate Pernay. Behind him, Sevilla runs third, that's Sergio Arbeloa in 4th, Pascal Becker in 5th, and Chloe Thomas 6th. And there's contact behind them. Luigi Marchetta making contact with one of the Abbey Academy cars in the back there for around 17th place. Luckily, neither one of them took damage, both got away unscathed. That was William Evans that Marchetta made contact with from behind. Half a second now between them. Morimoto had Marchetta qualifying up the order compared to what they were expecting, as the young Brit Milton Verve comes around to lead the first lap of this race. The gap now down to 0.7 seconds as Pernay sets the fastest lap of 1:15.8. So this start could not have gone any better for Team Apex UK, and they pull away to the early lead. Sophie Sevilla running third still. Arbeloa's teammate Pascal Becker really closing back in on him, and we could see a move between those two for that fourth position. And they have to be careful because, of course, the main rule is never contact between teammates. Luca Gatto now trying to pass Lucas Favorani, doesn't quite get in there. Favorani cuts him off, and he'll have to settle with what he has for the time being. Sevilla running third here. Definitely not the best of starts for her. She's definitely going to have to do better than that from pole position in order to score higher positions in future and potentially take those race victories that will need a Grand Prix to get to a title challenge. There's smoke coming from Milton Verve's car, and that could be crucial. He's retiring from the lead. He's slowing up. Pernay takes the lead away. Sophie Sevilla goes through. Both fireside cars coming through. That was very close to contact there for Pascal Becker, but Milton Verve falling through the field here, and there is definitely some kind of problem. He's pulled over to one side at the penultimate corner, and he's taken just under 2 laps for our first retirement of the season. It's Milton Verve from the pole. Sorry, not from the pole, from the lead. And just like that, out of the Austrian Grand Prix here at the Red Bull Ring. In just a few moments time, race control will tell us exactly what the issue was when they report that Verve is out of the race. And it was an engine failure there for Milton Verve. So take a look at the positions moved up here from there. Pernay's moved up 3, Sevilla -1, Pascal Becker's moved up 3 places. Chloe Thomas has lost 1, Oscar Diaz has moved up 2, as well as Joe Daly, Nick Willan up 3, and Lucas Favorani up 4. And there's the marshal pushing Verve's car out of position, and things have gone from great to worse for Team Apex UK. The one positive being they've still got Pernay in the lead by just under a second, back to the Spaniard Sophie Sevilla behind her. Yeah, really unfortunate for Verve there to be leading the race from the start. I mean, what a start he had, and now he's out of the race. Pascal Becker's been promoted into the podium places now. We'll have to keep his eye out for his Mexican teammate Sergio Arbeloa behind him. Apologies, that's Chloe Thomas. Arbeloa struck back to 6th, and there goes Thomas down to the inside, looking for for third place, but doesn't get in there, and could fall prey to both Sergio Arbeloa and Oscar Diaz. As there goes Diaz's teammate Eduardo Melo, looking to pass Scott Price. Contact there between the American and the Brazilian, and still no places gained for either one of them in that scenario there. These two running outside the points, running 12th and 13th, while Luca Gatto still goes for that top 10 spot. There's more contact from Marchetta. This time he's hit Nathan Dagnot in the other Abbey Academy car, so he's not been able to get away from the blue and red cars since the start of this race. Becker's still running 3rd here. He's got a bit of a gap back to Chloe Thomas now, so he's definitely got a lot further away since they almost came together at turn 1. The gap now down to 0.7 seconds between Becker and Thomas as they come towards the last 2 corners. Of course, Pernay and Sevilla have pulled that gap to around 4 to 5 seconds between 2nd and 3rd now. And here is Sophie Sevilla now, the Grand Prix car. Well, we just started lap 5. Here's Joe Daly, the debutant for Delta More Racing, and he's doing an exceptional job here. He started in 10th, he's up to 8th now. And he's got to keep an eye out for the actual 76 car of Mick Willan behind him. Meanwhile, Luca Gatto trying to go for that 10th position, doesn't quite make the pass. He'll still be there and could go on the attack. Going down into the right-hander at turn 3. And here is Becker going through turn 3 now. Of course, the gap down to just half a second between him and Arbeloa. We could be seeing an attack for the fireside duo gunning for positioning with each other. No moves made by Arbeloa. He's smarter than that. We can see him in the ring view mirror of Pascal Becker, and Chloe Thomas is right there behind him in 5th place, looking to try and take one of the podium spots. Becker runs slightly wide off his line. That's a bit of a mistake there. Liam Turton on his debut looking to try and pass one of the Rios Motorsport cars and doesn't quite get in there. I believe that's Max Schmidt in that orange and blue Ruiz machine. Doesn't make the move. Sophie Sevilla still running P2 here. Still trying to chase down Alexia Pernay for the lead. And there goes Chloe Thomas looking to the inside of Sergio Arbeloa, of Pascal, of one of the firesides. That's Arbeloa, yes, that is Arbeloa. Pulling away now. Oscar Diaz trying to close in behind them. Becker making a couple of mistakes there, and that could allow Arbeloa through. He had to move out, and that means that he will lose a decent amount of time, and that will give Becker time to prepare to defend from his next attack. Here goes Chloe Thomas now looking around, trying to pass Arbeloa. She's on the inside, looking for that 4th spot. But what has happened? We need to know who's out in front now. Who has taken that position? We shall have to wait and see the next time the camera swings around to them. While Luca Gatto still trying to chase down Lucas Favorani. The gap's still around half a second between the Jaguar RT and the actual 76 car. In testing, these two teams in particular were reported to have times quite similar to each other. So we'll have to see who wins that battle, both in today's race and who scores more points for the Constructors' Championship today. Sevilla still running 2nd, still trying to catch Alexia Pernay, but it's only getting worse as Arbeloa looks to the inside of Becker now in what could be a dangerous position. William Evans in the Abbey Academy car here, looking for the car in front of him. That is Liam Turson in the other Thornton, where he's got Turton's teammate Bruno Cabral running behind him here. The Portuguese driver not close enough to make a move for that position. Of course, no points will be scored, it would appear, for any one of these guys. Here goes Arbeloa now looking around, but Becker shuts him off. He went for that inside line and could have gone a lot closer there as Cabral looks to the inside of William Evans. Doesn't make the move. Down the straight they fly now. You can just see the sort of speed they get up to here down these straights in the race 4 position. Becker still running third here. Arbeloa very, very close. If Becker makes another mistake like he did a few laps ago, then that could be crucial. Look at the gap now between them, 0.2 seconds, very, very close. I would believe Arbeloa's going to go for another move here, and yet there he goes to the inside with a right on board with him, going through these last couple of corners. Stays inside, Pernay sets a fast lap, 1 minute 11.087, 5 laps to go now. Arbeloa could have a very good chance taking the position now. Here he comes to the inside, he's going to look for it in turn 1. There he is inside at the first corner, and there he goes. Sergio Arbeloa through and up into P3, but it's not over yet because Becker, well no, it is over now. Becker has Arbeloa pulling away. Meanwhile, Oscar Diaz, the Colombian, looking to go on the attack against the Abbey Grand Prix car. He makes the move just right, but Thomas starts breaks a lot later than the XCT driver, and Muhammad Al-Hadre, the Arab driver, now looking to try and close in. He was a lot closer going into the corner than he was on exit. Joe Daly still running 8th, Mick Willan still 9th, and Lucas Favoroni closes out that top 10. Arbeloa's pulled away now. He looks on course to get that podium position, provided he doesn't make any mistakes or that durability gets in his way. Chloe Thomas will now have to try and find her way past Pascal Becker. Of course, she's racing under the South African nationality, despite the fact she was born in England, but she sees South Africa as a spiritual home and also the place of her ancestry, so she raced under South African nationality in Formula A. 4 laps to go now. It's still Alexia Pernay's race up front. Sophie Sevilla 2.5 seconds behind. Here she comes, Chloe Thomas looking to close in, doesn't get close enough. Here's Pernay in turn 3. Take a look at the positions gained and lost here. Pernay has gained 3, Sevilla's lost 1. Sergio Arbeloa has gained 2, as has Pascal Becker. Chloe Thomas has lost 2, of course. She started in that 3rd spot. Oscar Diaz gained 2. Mohamed Al-Hadre hasn't gained or lost any. And it's 2 positions gained for Daly, 3 for Willan, and +4 for Lucas Favoroni in 10th. Of course, those bottom 3 in the top 10 remain unchanged from when we looked at them earlier. Here's Arbeloa now, still on course for that podium finish. He's pulled out quite a distance between him and Pascal Becker. It's almost 2 seconds between them now. But there is a gap 1.973. Max Schmidt has a rearview mirror full of Leon Turton, and he's locked up. And that's going to allow the young Brit to get a lot closer here as Pernay crosses the line. 3 more laps to go. Another lock-up like that, and that could see Turton take the position in the race for that spot, or the race for 16th. Arbeloa sets a fast lap here, 1 minute 10.9. Incredible stuff here. Pernay still leading by a dominant gap over Sophie Sevilla. Milton Verve's retirement definitely helped her out there. Eric Turner now looking to pass Riku Tanaka, who of course is debuting from Morimoto Grand Prix today. The young Polish driver still not getting in there. Arbeloa still running 3rd here. He's got 3.5 seconds on Chloe Thomas. And there's William Evans defending from Bruno Cabral. Evans locks up, and that will not allow him to gain any time. Cabral not close enough to make a move for about a lap or so. Although he could get close enough to make a move on the straight if he brakes late enough and gets a good enough exit. Down the straight they come, half a second between them. Pernay coming towards the line now, just 2 more laps to go. And it's still a 2.5 second lead over Sophie Sevilla in the race for top spot. And it appears the podium places are all sewn up at this point late on in the race, as Pascal Becker still tries to pass Chloe Thomas. The gap's about a second between them further back on the track now. Unless Pernay makes some kind of mistake, which I doubt she will with no pressure behind her, then it looks like she's going to win this race. There's a big gap between Sophie Sevilla and Sergio Arbeloa now. at the line, it was about 8 seconds. It's looking to potentially even reach 9 here. Here comes Rico Tanaka. He's defending from Eric Turner. He's had a pretty solid debut considering the machine he was having. This contact. Tanaka gets away. Turner still running in that 21st position for his last classified runner on the track due to Milton Berry's retirement. Only his second lap of this race, and that is what's leading to Prix being in the positions he needs to win this thing with just over a lap to go. And there you go there on the lap count. You can see Prix has now started her final lap. The French driver has done an incredible job today. She's taken the position she needs out of Verbe's retirement. Of course, not what she wants to see happen to her teammate, but it put her in prime position to win the race, and that is what she's going on to do. I can't think of anyone who deserves this victory more than she does today. Luca Gatto still going for 10th place. He's on the inside now, but he's only lost time. But Lucas Favorani has made a mistake, and there goes Luca Gatto at last up into the top 10 of this race, and that will put him in the points with literally on the final lap. And he could have not left that any later. So he goes down and spread out to the rest of the field. Prix is still coming through the last sector. She's just started the last sector. 2.8 seconds, nearing 3 over Sophie Sevilla. And it's going to be straight out of France for Team Apex UK. Alexia Prix rounds the final corner and takes victory. Her first win of the season at the opener. She wins the Austrian Grand Prix. It's Sophie Sevilla comes home with her in second place, and third place will go to Arbeloa after a great pass mid-race on his teammate Pascal Becker, who it looks to come home in fifth. Chloe Thomas comes home in fourth. She picked up decent points for Abbey Grand Prix in the championship. That's Pascal Becker fifth, Oscar Diaz sixth, Manuel Hadro seventh, Joe Daly caps with a great debut in eighth, Nick Roland ninth, and Luca Gatto, after taking the place on the final lap, takes P10 away from a no doubt disappointed Lucas Favorani inside that cockpit of the Axel 76 machine. What a race it's been today. Verbe's retirement could have thrown the race into chaos, but Prix was able to control the race from the front, and it has led to her taking the first win of the new season. She wins here in Austria, and what an incredible race it was. Well, that was a very exciting race, and now I'll take you through the race results. So, Alexia Prix wins the race. She gets a good 25 points towards her championship score. Sophie Sevilla second, Sergio Arbeloa rounding out the podium. There's Chloe Thomas, Pascal Becker, Oscar Diaz, Manuel Hadre, Joe Daly, Nick Roland, and Luca Gatto rounding out the top 10. They all score points here this afternoon. So, a very good race for the guys. Of course, Milton Verbe DNF at the end there with at the start with the engine failure. He was classified 22nd. Take a look now at the Drivers' Championship. Nothing has changed in that regard. Exactly the same as the race results, because there's only been one Grand Prix held. Alexia Prix takes the early lead at the top of the Drivers' Championship, and she'll be hoping to maintain that as the season continues to go on. Take a look at the Constructors now. It's Abbey Grand Prix who have the edge by just 5 points over both Apex and Fireside. Dalton Moore scored more points than their current rivals XCT and Axel 76 and Jaguar RT. So only 7 teams end up with points today. The other 4 will have to go for another race without any points. Well, thank you guys for watching this race. This has been the Austrian Grand Prix. Hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did, and I shall see you guys next time for the next race in Bahrain.